A very good morning. Thank you so much for watching Rest TV today. My name is Duke Brian. I'm so happy that you are watching us every single day. Don't forget to always subscribe to our different social media platforms. Whenever internet is back, you can always get in touch with us. Rest TV, that's for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are right there with you. Of course, with me, Duke Brian, you can always follow me up on my own. That's Duke Brian UG for all Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It is Duke Brian UG. I'm glad today I'm hosting a lady that I've heard from someone that she does great stuff. You know, like Jesus was doing work back then. Munaku zilieza Bible. Nebawulira nti yabaddeko ewantu ewamu ng'akola ebintu ebirungi eby'amaanyi. So when I was somewhere, I got to know about this wonderful lady that is about to talk to you and the good works that she does. Well, conflict resolution and anger management in relationships. All of them, marriage, you know, we're going to get into all of that. But before we get into that, we're going to have her introduce herself, tell you who she is and what she does right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
I've had a lot, and then I met you, and I'm happy that the people are about to know what I actually met and why I actually had to invite you this time. The camera is right there.
Well, it is beautiful being here this morning. I want to say good morning to everyone. My name is Ntege from Marriage Insights.
Okay.
I am married to my husband.
Of course.
Mr. Ntege.
Is Mr. Ntege who?
Yeah, Richard Ntege.
Richard Ntege.
Yeah, Pastor Richard.
Okay.
Ntege. And I am a mother.
All right.
And I am a worship leader. And I am a marriage and relationship counselor.
Okay.
And at Marriage Insights, we say that godly marriages are possible.
All right. Marriage Insight is your baby, is your vision.
Yes, it is.
Okay. How long have you been married?
This is our 8th year in marriage.
8th year? Oh,
Yes.
beautiful stuff. How many children?
We have 2.
2 children. Beautiful stuff. Good to have you, Mrs. Ntege.
Thank you.
Yeah. Marriages or relationships generally.
Yes.
There's a man of God that I honor, but I've never gotten to understand his statement. Jagamba nti bamaze emyaka egiwerera ddala in marriage, but they have never quarreled. They've never had like a quarrel. Tayombangako. I've never had like, I've never sat down to take that in and really believe. But conflicts happen, you know that. Can I say that you've not had any conflicts in your 8 years?
We have had conflicts and resolved them. I think what he means is the struggles of fighting, punching each other, slapping each other, spending a week without talking. Now that is beyond the conflict. It is war in the house. But there was always those little happenings of typing on each other's toy, nemweli nyako, oregulo ne resolvinga, ne mutelera, abana ne balegamba bana mami amaze wiki nambata nyiga mzee chiche tsigenda mazo. O mzee munyivu nyona fatu chayidem, you know, such things. I think that is practically what he meant. If I would also think so, I think in the years that we've moved with my husband, we haven't had a fight. The fight
Physical
of
fighting.
The couples, the fight to the extent of tomanyira nzera ngenda kuvira toddamu kumanyira wasanga ndi fine katira babwe mfanana. Those hard words, those are the fights sometimes we even talking about. So if you haven't gotten to that level, you're good to go.
Does it mean if you get to that level, the marriage is on the verge of ending?
It is actually a sign that marriage, you two have lots of issues. Marriage itself will stay, even if you went, the marriage will remain. That's why people are
what will remain, what, you know?
Many people have
much as my own is done.
In fact, we have issues. Somewhere in a marriage meeting, and somebody asked the question of why are marriages of these days complicated compared to the days before.
Grandparents.
There is no problem with marriage. That was my feedback to the question. Like, there is no problem with marriage. Marriage is actually fine. Katonda ta designing akonga kwa bufumbo buli complicated. Neye fa bakela kumacha. Bakaita kamba yaya mu Luganda. Wena ni wefule ekitalo, ne wefule ensonga, otakichengwa, you're all there, you're everywhere. When you disorganize it for yourself, you complicate yourself. No, and your husband is like, I married a wife. How come? What has happened? How come she's turning into a knife? I got married to a husband. What is wrong? You literally decided to complicate yourself. Every marriage everyone is as confused and complicated as you.
How do you know, you spoke something right there? How does a wife now turn into a knife?
We are giving an example of verbal communication. Verbal communication, and yet it is the most important, actually the most effective communication in marriage.
Yeah.
At verbal communication, you're irritating, abusive, pushing,
provocative.
This is good English. It brings marriage to a certain point, your home to a certain point of a breakdown. And when we talk about breakdown, we're actually not talking about even about working out. People in marriages, living in there, but when they actually broke down, like, I don't know how many years back.
Yeah. Pastor Nsoga, actually, one day, we've been talking about him, one day he said, you can be married for 20 years, yet your wife divorced in the 4th year.
Yeah, and we always say, even in ministry, like, by the time somebody wakes up in the morning and is like, Nkoye church, let me stop coming to church. Let me go and backslide. They actually backslide like
by the time they say they are backsliding, they've already backslidden like many years ago.
That is the point. So likewise to marriage, by the time a gentleman wakes up in the morning and is like, let me pack out, they already packed out like 10 years back. So here he comes, and to perform the event.
Yeah, of what has been in his mind for this long while.
That is it. And you know, when we're talking to gentlemen, you realize he left his home like a long time ago.
Gentlemen, it's not really very common. I do not know what will cause a man to get away from
speak
him.
out?
Like, no, to walk out of his home.
He might not work out physically in the first place.
Yes.
But the things that we do, likewise to the ladies, but the things that we do that keep pushing them out. If somebody has been returning home at 4 p.m. and they start coming back at 8, because of some people, because of different commitments,
yeah.
But if somebody begins coming late because of a situation at home, they have already started going and going and going. Before you know, they're returning at midnight. And before you know, they're drinking and boozing again. And they're like, hey, what happened to this guy? Things are already happening. He left. So before you know, they're sleeping there. Somebody already is taking up the place. So it is a process. A process, just like we've been sharing about ministry here. You don't wake up in the morning and you're at top and the center of it all, but gradually, from your smaller room to a medium place to, so likewise is marriage. So people start slowly. So those conflicts that keep coming,
yeah.
You know your wife's weakness, but instead of sorting it out, you choose to make it a heel. It is not resolved. It is not talked over. It is not resolved. It is, like we said, verbal communication is the most effective form of communication in marriage. If you sit down and keep quiet and zip up, bambe, I will still look at you like...
And sometimes, you know, sometimes they tell us that it is better sometimes to be quiet than to speak up and be provocative and then end up now fighting.
I think you should be quiet, seeking out for an ample time to address this problem. If you do not like the way your wife dresses up, you don't just let it pass. Because she will keep putting on the same thing. But if you're tired of that chigandula she puts on, you're tired of the chitambare, you talk about it. Or if you feel she'll be stumbled, some of us have different attitudes. Like you talk to me, I'm like, okay, we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you realize I am a wish or see person, then you have to wait until maybe bedtime, maybe after breakfast, maybe when you've taken me out for a walk. I like mukwano, that it is dressy. It is beautiful, but I think it is not for this particular time. You have communicated. But if you keep quiet, I literally won't understand. And you know things are married. You keep quiet during the, and in the night you have to tap on each other. I'm like, okay. But I am not happy with...
Where will I even get the appetite of tapping you to take it in during the day?
Things happen. This is marriage. This is marriage, and that is why sometimes...
I think for me, I wouldn't pretend.
I wish we were all in that direction of I wouldn't pretend. I personally wouldn't pretend to, and my husband knows.
But if you came and he said, come on.
Things of throwing things when you're unhappy don't really work out the way. So it would be better, and it would be better that we resolve, we come up with a resolution, and then we go on. Because and some people are using the same formula we are talking about. We are using the bedroom to cover up a multitude of sins, a multitude of conflicts, instead of talking about them. You're not resolving, but you're using... Don't manipulate each other. We don't manipulate each other with... we call it writing, the other side, that marriage inside. Apparently, let me borrow the word writing. You don't manipulate each other with writing. One time you will not write. Because we don't write forever in marriage. There are days we don't write. Yeah, apparently I could borrow the word and... Yeah.
We write in the book.
Yeah, we don't write every day. How about the days you're not writing? Won't you talk? Won't you come out to a...
And I also think that if writing now, you just do it, it will end up at the end of the day. You just do it and you're not even enjoying. You just want to satisfy your body, and that's it. You go
automatically.
Because what would you say if you're not talking normally? What are you going to say in the writing process?
Automatically, in the long run, it will turn into a weapon of warfare. Yeah.
Oh my God!
And that shouldn't be a weapon of warfare. That is always a way.
So what brings these conflicts and anger amongst couples?
Most of the time, it is us, ourselves, the way we handle things. We have one other one called finances. Actually, poverty. Poverty. Okay, when we talk about finances, there is a lack of finances in the home, but then there is poor financial management.
You have it, but you manage it poorly.
It is becoming a prayer request.
My God.
So when it becomes a prayer request, it causes the conflict. You don't know how to handle the finances. You don't know how to go about them. You don't know how to spend. You don't know where to put the money. You don't know where to keep. You do not even know when to save. You don't know when to invest. All you do is throw money, spend like a thief. Like, hey, the one of you is like, what is going on? Can we resolve this? Some people have money, and on every wedding, they give. So before you know, in a month, you've spent 10 million that you're not even accounted well for. Like, how do we even go about this? And then, somebody's not ready and willing to talk about it. This is my money. I am making the money. This is me. Hey, how about the other days? Because the financial curves in marriage are all like this. Yeah. The rainy days, the hard days, the sunny days, the muddy days will come, and the money is not there at the moment. But I didn't prepare for the days. So people have ended up fighting over finances on their very own money that they've made or making with their own hands, and they're fighting. But why fight? And we sit down and like, we have these children. Which schools are we taking their children?
There's a lady the other day that said, I knew the schools I wanted my children to go to. I didn't think it was important for me to talk to my husband about it. And that is it.
And that is a very huge challenge, especially to us ladies who are financially independent. Your name is wife. Your name is madam. Your name is Mrs. Please be humble.
Don't I have say on where my children should go?
You have a say, but these are our children. Of course, the couples that are, the husbands take long to take decisions.
That's right.
That is a different story. And I wouldn't love us to have husbands who take forever praying about it. When will we ever build ourselves? Let's begin a shop. Let's start up a boutique like Atimalo Chisavida. Atemala Sivana Atano Gundi. Until when? wake up to reality. I have loved last year in a very special way.
Yeah.
It is a year that has actually woken us up. When you slumber forever. Other people are going.
Yeah, life is moving.
So sit down and talk. For us ladies, to be a challenge in that area of money is, Bobela Nesente, you everywhere you. Hey, yes, we know you have the money, but be humble, stay calm. There is a time that you need your husband's support. There is a time that you need him to speak to you. There is a time that you actually need him to hold your shoulders, even your hands up high.
You earn more money than him.
This shouldn't be your money. This should be our money. Today the world has changed. I love the fact that we ladies are earning. We ladies are going places. We ladies are becoming celebrities. We are becoming public figures. We are becoming everything. We have become powerful ministers in church. Thank you for being a powerful minister. Thank you for being a financially independent woman. But remember, your name is wife. Remember to stay calm.
When you say that, someone says, now you're belittling me.
No.
You're telling me to be humble, telling me to be calm. I'm supposed to be a royal priesthood, a child of the Lord. I am, empowered. I am independent. I am this. Now for you, so someone out there will be like, sure, I am wife, so what?
Sagala bintu byakwesiriwaza when we are talking about marriage. When we are talking about marriage, we are talking about a wife and a husband. I don't know
Hey.
We should also talk about husbands.
Yes.
Because by the time the wife starts standing on your head, things are happening. And sometimes I'm questioning myself. I have lots of questions to myself, to answer them for myself, because sometimes I won't get the husbands. By the time I'm telling what to kill a level of stepping on your head, your name is husband, your name is leader, your name is priest. You are supposed to reign at the top.
The chairman.
I am supposed to follow. You are the leader. So by the time I reach a time of coming home after midnight without your knowledge, what are you doing in your home? That you even have no control of the children, you have no control of the wife, you have no control of everybody.
Where does freedom come in? Me, husband, giving you freedom. Oh, I need to give freedom to my wife. Oh, I need to give freedom to my children.
Being accountable to you as a husband doesn't mean I do not have freedom. If I have moved, my husband knows about my whereabouts. I will let him know I am done, but I have another program. But we sometimes let each other know, for example, of the time that we will return. But most times when I delay a bit, my husband says, okay, but it is 5, are you fine? But your wife goes 7. All you're doing is slay. Work hard, move around after office, go for coffee with your boys.
Go to gym.
You don't know what's up with your wife. Sometimes she called and you didn't pick up. We have WhatsApp. I love this generation. Quite a number of things have changed. At least we can communicate. But your missus sends a text, hi, Han. You've even not bothered to check.
And because you're like, I'm going to see her later.
Now it is that familiarity killing us.
All night.
You must see your wife as a mugole every day.
Still having a good time with my boys. Yeah.
That day you cease to see your wife as a mugole, then your marriage is... issues over until you go over them. You start thinking marriage is complicated. You start branding your wife women. and begin demonizing all of us.
Yeah.
Please.
Because of one.
There are lots of very beautiful, wonderful, amazing wives out there. Wives to their husbands. So please, work out on your home. Organize your marriage. Fix your person. Fix your wife. Put her in order. Call a meeting. You don't have to call call a press conference of 2. Like Mukwana, we've been here 10 years. Lots of things have changed. What is not happening? Then she will tell you, "Now we've been to your own quarter, must be together." Then work out. They work out on those things, sort them out. Like, wow. So by the end of the press conference, you're like, okay. Then you actually also let him know, like, since the children came in, you became a big deal. And she's like, I'm a big deal because you also never helped me. You never carried the baby. Because some husbands literally,
Yeah.
please represent them.
Yeah, I'm here.
In love.
I'm here.
We don't help out on the wife. She gave birth. All you do is wake up in the morning, bathe, drive your car, take off.
Even in the night when the baby cries, why see someone now?
In the night.
Yeah.
In the first 3 months. That is it. And in the first 3 months, the first 6 months that she needs a lot of support, you have not been there. And by the way, that period is so important when it comes to parenting as a couple. There is a time that we really need to be present in each other's lives. Support as much as you can. Pray together, support each other, talk to each other. You might not write the writing we talked about.
Yeah.
I hope everyone is following on the writing.
Yeah.
The writing that we talked about. But be present. Hold each other's hands. Cuddle. Kiss. Touch. Hug. Let your wife who has just given birth feel she is beyond writing. Sometimes we make writing feel we make wives feel like other sexual objects, especially that point when they give birth. She wants to feel an identity. She wants to be present. She wants to be in your life. She wants to feel good, at least loved beyond the bedroom. So if you keep waking up and going, all you come back is still ready, is just ready, all you do is sleep. Baby cries in the night, you're like, your baby is crying. This is our child. You downloaded this baby together. So please, let's talk out on these things. And of course, parenting also is another cause of conflict in the home. Like we talked about the other mother who says, I knew that the schools were my children. At that point, they are my children. But they should be our children. That is why we all to sit down on a round table such as this and come up with a resolution. There is always a way.
Which I find us is there are men that I don't know if they're supposed to be blamed or what, but he grew up from a background. Don't ever do it, ever. When you grow up, my son, you hear me? You need to have your separate accounts somewhere that she does not know about. Did you hear me? And that is the father telling
And
you.
likewise to women, we have many women of that mindset. But I think when we come to marriage, we need to redefine our homes. Not with our past, but let us sit down and make marriages work. There is no way your marriage will work out well when you're still redefining it with what your uncles told you, with what your mother
You know, my
told
father was my hero.
Yes, he is. And here we are. And here we are. You and me.
And this guy is going to ask you, do you compare yourself to my dad?
I will never. And actually, in-laws is another conflict cause.
In-laws.
So if you start bringing in your parents, you will even bring more trouble. Don't cause me to have a bridge between your parents or my parents.
By trying to compare me with them.
Yes, because I will never be them. I will never equal your mom. You will never equal my mother. I will never equal your dad, my father-in-law, and you will never equal mine. Our parents have a special place. Let them reign there. Let us reign in our kingdom. Here I am the queen.
Yep.
So please, speak as a king to this queen who is in front of you. Let us make our home work. Let us make our marriage work. Not doing things because dad did them this way, mom did them this way. How long? For how long will we go backwards? We want to focus.
Yeah.
Because we're going to raise our own children.
You talked about the in-laws. Yeah, the in-laws. You talked about them and how they can be able to bring conflict and in the family. But the other day for me, I had my brother-in-law. He's a little boy. He was little when, by the time of our wedding. And so he comes this time, Kuze, he's beyond 16, 17.
Yeah.
But he's messing around the house. He makes stuff here and there. And I cannot say anything because I'm afraid I do not know what he's going to go back and tell my in-laws out there. So, and then you are also not sure what to tell, wifey about it because you'll be like, hey, so now wait on that kumuganda wange and all of that stuff. So you don't want to create that.
Well, can we fix our people, please? Can we fix our people? When you come home, you are my sister, carry yourself well in my home. This is my home. This is my marriage. This is my husband. This is our kingdom. And you are the third party. You are the visitor. Carry yourself well. Because we are all in-laws somewhere.
Yeah.
You're a sister-in-law somewhere, you're a brother. When you reach your brother-in-law's house, put your bam down. Wait for your sister-in-law to give you the place. If there is no food, eat what she has prepared. If her husband doesn't have enough...
What you're saying right now, eat what your sister has prepared. When they go back home, they say, peace. But I wouldn't
actually mind them because some of us people talking have issues themselves. If you really feel this is not, go and fix it, go and make your own home. Now to yite. Call us, invite us someday. We will also see, but of course for us we might. And don't sow bad seeds. Let's behave the godly way. So what you want to... The principles of sowing and reaping are the same in the whole world, in all aspects.
Yeah.
When you sow peanuts, you will automatically reap peanuts.
That's right.
When you sow kwakubibaburo, you will automatically reap millet at the end of the day. So sow what you really want to reap in the long run. When you're treating your mother-in-law's bad or your daughters-in-law bad, would you love your daughters to be treated the same way? They will automatically reap because you're sowing. So let us behave. Let us behave morally. Be morally upright. Even at your own age, you're a 50-year-old, you're a 35-year-old. Carry yourself like an adult. And to the in-laws, please, when you come to our homes, be nice. These are our homes. These are marriages. Move on the same pace with us. If you feel you won't be able to eat our kaloi every day, please, when you're traveling from Bushenyi, come with Vitoche.
That you will eat.
We
but
will
now
gladly
cook it
prepare.
Are you going to cook it yourself if you bring your vitoche?
I would, if you can really be part of the cooking, that is well and good. If you're not, I personally would have no problem preparing meals for my in-laws.
So we cook for you your special meal when the rest of us are having something.
But we could eat everything. If you have a visitor, you also adjust. Let's also not be rigid in homes. But behave.
Now there is something with the conflicts and everything. There's a guy that was in the news the other day, and he had issues with his wife. Yeah, his wife ngayina mikwano je abalala batategeera that in unsecurely close to the wife. Of course, same thing with the guys. When the guy has friends that are unsecurely close, the Katingagwe, your pastor's wife, your husband, regarding those that you don't know their intentions, but for him he's a clean man. I think his intentions are clear out there. He wants to help God's people, and that is it. But you have issues about him, or he has issues about you. Now the kind of job you're doing right now, you hear maybe after here I could take you out for coffee because you came for the show, and he sees that picture somewhere, and he's like, tell me what happened.
And I think I would love to talk to couples. One of the greatest killers of homes is insecurity. today in our generation. You begin, who did she talk to? Who did he talk to? You all start fidgeting around. Before you know, you landed, like you said, we talked to so many people. You talk with so many people. You and your wife are in ministry. So you realize many people are talking to us.
That's right.
And talking to us is part of our everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
So there is what I call the realities of marriage. Kakati, when we get married, we have actually not become ugly. Let me borrow those words. We have become more beautiful. It is now that I am married that I realize I actually have market.
I know.
So when you start striving with your wife that you're taking care of every day, Baba Soja Teba Mukwana, they tap us, they talk to us husbands, please. That is the entire truth. Mpozinga gwe mukazi wo ogenda musibira mu kisenge ate bakutwale ku police. So yes, this is part of the goal. Same way ladies bother you gentlemen is the same way men bother us, married and the unmarried. All we do is keep running.
And they will keep chasing.
And they will keep chasing, and we keep running back to our marriages. Because literally these people don't want much. Some of these men, their marriages are already disorganized. All they want is somebody to say, how did you spend your day?
Some
people just want a listening ear. So if you start chasing your wife because somebody talked to them, you're most likely to have issues.
That's right.
But insecurity is really wrong. It is really bad. It is something that we need to work upon and have self-control. If somebody is talking to somebody, there is much need for you to understand why they are talking.
Well, we will get just right back about that issue as we get to know how to resolve these conflicts and, of course, anger management. We're coming back with insecurity, but then go to the solutions of how to overcome these conflicts in families and in marriages and, of course, in our relationships. Stay with us here on The Takeoff. My name is Duke Brian. We return very short.
The Takeoff. The Takeoff. On Rest TV. You're watching Rest TV, Wumula.
Never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say never would have made it.
You're watching Rest TV, Wumula. The Takeoff. The Takeoff. The Takeoff. On Rest TV.
Welcome back right here on the Takeoff. My name is Duke Brand, still with Peace Ntege, Mrs. And we're still dealing with conflict resolution and anger management in relationships and marriages. While we were off air, she was mentioning a number of very, very important things of what brings insecurities in people's lives. And of course, you said that Okwana Kobachaba Kwana. And actually, you are on more market. And I'm a witness to that. When I got married, I was like, where were all these women before I married? Where were they? And everyone was saying, I wish. I'm like, where were these guys all the time? So, insecurities zezo. They say conflicts nyingi, but insecurities zezo tezilina base. Because sometimes she will come up and say, yes, you are at your workplace, or you are wherever you go to play games and everything. Why must it be that specific person?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes they have a base and we have actually given it room to work out. I think let's go blunt. When we're talking about marriage, today adultery is becoming the order of the day. Maybe tewaliya kugamba nti bwenzi is bad. When you ogenda no satukanyo and you come back to church and you want to lead us, you want to talk to us. When oyagala otukulembere nnyo teri byotukulembera nga bw'osatuka bw'oyenda. We will automatically lose you. You will lose us. Your wife will lose you. Your husband will lose you.
That's right.
So please stay put when it comes to this place. These insecurities sometimes are there because there is something breeding, just like you mentioned. So let's work out on the breeding grounds. You can run. When it comes to adultery, all we do is run.
Yeah.
We just run. Because if we decide to sleep with the whole world, then we will fall out of place. So please run away from the devil, run away from adultery. You know, Wenzi is funny, especially to the people who go as deep as sleeping together, because it all starts slowly. You give it time. By the time you remove all the clothes up to the last one, there is no way you will tell me that woman raped me. There is what that would be it. They didn't rape you. You went and hooked yourself into a guest wing. You left church after service. No mkazi wa muno no mutwala out. You all went and slaying what? With another person's wife. When your wife is home raising kids, can't you go back home after service and take care of your children and take care of your family? That is the godly way to do families.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the business of thinking that you have more problems than everyone else. We all have marital issues. So look up to working marriages and stop focusing on the people who have failed. Stop looking at people who are failing. So and so divorced. So and so just left. So and so married a second woman. The madness of second women. I am still looking for that name. That sort of sluggishness.
Yeah.
That is being crampy. Even this person that you're bringing in has their weaknesses. Yeah. It is because you haven't known them. Some of us are out there. You're all pushing for divorce. I want to divorce. Ninyenda divorce. Is it a song? Yeah, well, it could be a trendy song, but the ungodly one. So please, let's revert. Let's go back and make marriages. Because we speak to women all the time.
Yes.
And women are willing. They're willing to read. A few women want to go. But quite a number of them really want to stay. So please, let's support each other and stay in our homes.
Okay.
Your marriage will work. Your marriage will be sorted out. Things will work out well. Just let it work.
So let's get into how to make it work, how to resolve these conflicts, how to avoid anger, because the people who have very, very bad anger management that would say anything that akugambe chigambo, and you're like, you come back home, you bring stuff, maybe you'll say beef, liver. But this, I also spent money on this as well. So what do you mean?
And actually talking about the resolutions where we're going, this is Valentine's week.
Yes.
Some people are ready and willing to fight more.
Yay!
They have started.
Valentine's week. They want to fight more again.
They have already started. But trust me, when we come to that, communication, and also let's have manners, especially we women. And guess so, have manners, behave. The things of barking, the things of speaking in a very ruthless way. Regardless of your tribe, some of us come from arrogant tribes. Ndiyo muchiga cho, so what? As you're busy tramping over your marriage, other bachiga bambe, our marriages are working. We are making it.
Yeah.
So it is you that is stepping over your marriage because you're using your tribe as a weapon. For us, we are arrogant. For us, we are A, B, C, D. Please, let's not bring religiosity and traditionalism in our homes. Please. So let's develop morals. Lay some of these things down and rebrand yourself. Let's be morally upright, because if we cannot be morally upright, how will we raise the children?
Yeah,
how? Tell me.
We can't.
When you're backing at your spouse in such a way, how will you raise the children?
And for the men, Madam Peace,
Yes.
for the men that I've met, many of them, when you come at them with that other tone, he will coil and he will be silent.
He actually detests you in the long run.
Yes, so
You realize when he comes back, he just, because he knows bakugamba mukwane bintu bichali mu butu oyomba nnyo. Kakati, the Lord has blessed some of us with humble men. And when your husband is kamoloza wachikuba, tonaba madam. He realizes he doesn't have to have issues with you. He brings the Abuvera, Nableta mu kitchen.
Yeah.
The maid receives them, since yeta muvuma. Nabitwala you, and all you're there shouting on social media. Oh, mommy, hey, please.
So how do you work? How does someone tame their tongue, their tone, and their response?
Self-control. I think let us befriend the Holy Spirit. I know there could be people who don't even understand what they call the Holy Spirit. Maybe you're not a Christian yet, when with the Holy Spirit language you don't know. Now your story is totally different. Self-control is for all of us. All of us. Morals are for all of us. Just like I said, when you think arrogance is the order of the day, fellow people from the same tribes are working up.
It, yeah.
Your age mates are making up. So morally, straighten yourself, since you don't know about the Holy Spirit. Now for those of us who know about the Holy Spirit, who know about him, befriend him. Let him be your friend. Husbands, befriend the Holy Spirit. He will automatically guide. He will automatically speak. He will automatically lead. Sometimes the Holy Spirit will tell you, it is not time to speak now. Shut up. You will speak later.
So what has caused us problems actually is we speak when we are supposed to be silent.
Actually, yes. Most times we speak when we're not even meant to speak. When our wordings are uncalled for. And we think it is well, but it is never be well.
So know the timing.
Yes.
Of when to speak.
Effectively.
Yeah.
Effectively. Because when you realize what you're going to, we've been talking about the insecurities.
Yes.
When sometimes you realize it is even not the right time to address this insecurity right away, to talk about it. But who's this lady who calls you every day? You realize your anger is at the peak. When you speak, I fall, I think, in that category. Most times when I realize my husband complaining, but I'm talking to you, why are you quiet? No, he asks me.
Oh.
He asks me. He's like, but I'm talking to you, why are you quiet? And I still don't respond. I look at him, I'm like, okay, what? But sometimes I realize what I was actually going to say was wrong. And
So you first process it.
I actually just keep quiet, I zip up. He knows.
That is very,
he knows.
Very uncommon.
He knows.
Ladies.
When we've been talking about
most of them that I've heard, they want to deal with it like there, and then we want even to first think about it.
Yes, I think that it is to some to a certain extent is good, but most times it saves lots of trouble. The silent mode. Not all the time. Actually, a few times that it even saves trouble. Because you realize you were supposed to say something wrong and they're like, no. Even further, we've talked about marriage alone, but there are also some people who are watching us and they're in courtship, they're dating. You just did that introduction. Nayenga, the way you're addressing issues after the introduction, but I tell you,
already.
Ngagai yake kuba mutochi nagamba mbadege na kutwala chichi chino
Ntomedde
ntomedde ngereno Valentine's week gwe rogeno funa
shock of your life.
You're going to be shocked with bad news. So let's these things happen. Conflicts are everywhere. You go on a date and all you do is blow noise. How would you expect a relationship to work? The girl you've gone with, yes, you had your issues. Sort them from other way, not on this date. If we've gone to eat, we've gone to talk. To date is to talk instrumental stuff. We always encourage young people, ask important questions. Where is this relationship going?
Yeah.
So what next? Not going to
And usually guys feel pressured when you ask those questions. Why are you pressuring me?
And if you feel pressured, then why did you waste my time?
I know what I'm doing. I'm not
You don't know what you're doing when you're dating for 3 years with no tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm still working.
You're going to graduate?
I will tell you.
With honors?
I love it. They say, and then he goes and tells you, man, I can't pressure. I can't take a pressure. Can't booze up, and you're like, so why are we in this?
Actually, the only time to us who are grown,
yeah,
you're in your late 20s, you're 30, you're plus, the gentlemen, please do us a favor. The only time you feel you should feel to date is when you are ready to think and plan for marriage. We are tired of things of opening women's legs.
My God.
We are so tired. You cannot afford to keep doing this all the way.
Until when?
You cannot keep an explorer forever.
Explore.
You know, what do you know even?
You cannot be
someone on the camera, he is saying he knows.
We come out, you don't buy a
So literally, yes, the Lord really has to help us. Because you find a gentleman, and where do you even get that money to spoil? To waste. Invest that money. You young men, learn to manage on your finances. Save, invest. Or just
Anyway, this is Valentine's week, yeah, like you said right there. What do you have for the people that are, of course, dating, courting, and then those that are married as we get into this Valentine's week?
Let Valentine's be a reconciliation time for us. To the married, we've been talking about conflict resolutions, anger management. Please sit down and sort out yourselves. You can take a walk. You can, this week I started the kiss series. The other day was, yes, the kisses.
Like you're teaching them about the different types.
Yes,
of
not really. By the way, it's a creative romance bit. Bring romance into your relationship, into your marriage. Your marriage. My relationships, if you're romantic, so can be so you. When we movie caller, you end up rolling in beds, and after sleeping each other, mokoye. Herampuli la sichamuli la muli. Eh, what do I muli rotia? Anyway, so for us, for the married, please, let's introduce romance in our marriages. At least this vows day. Kiss, hug, talk, resolve these conflicts that have been hanging around. This time around, that weekend, stay home, take each other out, or go and sit, get a mango tree and sit there and talk about your things. If it is children, talk about them. If you want to add another baby, this is that time. You can even call that baby Valentine. You know? And for the singles, you could have been in a relationship for the previous 5 years. The other time I made a write-up. You don't know whether you're dating. You don't know where the relationship is going. You don't know whether you're sleepwalking. All you're doing is stay there. Now, please, the good thing that has just started.
Yeah.
These vows, sit down, like, can we please know where this thing is going? If you realize it is not going anywhere, weetegula baganda bakuita kwetegula ekibambulira. Because you'll be wasted. You are wasting time. You're wasting years. You're growing older. You're not growing any younger. You're even wasting money. Because relationships mean money as well. To some extent, you live small things.
Okay.
Those things. you live the small things of stingy men, something. But people give. The small things also can be anyway. But relationship mean money as well. You realize you have to exchange giving. Just spending on things that are not refundable. And you know how we can be at charity organizations in relationships. So please, if you are this Valentine's Day, you realize you've been there. This is our 5th Valentine, the 10th Valentine's. You're chewing together in that relationship, and all you've been doing is just talk. You've talked all that jazz. Mwazimazeyo. Actually, muzimalire dala begwe. If you've been investing together, I have a problem with people investing together in relationships.
Which problem?
The problem, you start putting money together. You have a joint account. You bought land together. All you do is put money together. Ngamwe relationship ya muninga batandika business. Katinera, this Valentine's, sit down, divide your property. Monobe. You either remain business partners, if your relationship bigwe, or liagenda fumbire, oba wasi. Because if you young people, if you sit there and you're not talking marriage, you're not resolving, even for those of us in churches, guy has been around you for 10 years. All he's doing is, how are you? He one day when we get married, my dear, when a brother comes and tells you, I love you, I would love to marry you, don't even hesitate. Call that friend zoning brother. Mugambe Mukwana, I have moved on. Give him a shock this Valentine night. So please, those stagnant relationships, work out on them. And then if you wanted to ever get married, then this is that time. This is that time. Yeah. You want to get somebody's daughter, you want to get somebody's son, you want to let them know that you really love them so much, you want to surprise them, you want to take them places. Please do it now. Let it be a memorable Valentine's Day. Grow your relationship to another level. Upgrade this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff right there that you've heard from Mrs. Peace Ntege. Now, for me, there's one thing as we get out that like disturbs me a great deal when, you know, like we're angry, we're trying to talk about something, and then for you, you can't talk and you walk out on me, like you walk away from me when we are talking. I feel like
okay, the workout sometimes is even good. Sometimes there are times you realize, to the couples who go physically to us, an extra mile of physically assaulting each other, we actually tell them, bwatandika, have your way.
Anti kati gwe kanselo mugambi atambule na yo mwami we feels very disrespected when you walk away from him in such a moment.
So the couples that have lived together know each other. I have spoken to some people, they realize every time they have a quarrel or something comes up, it is a slap. The wife slaps the husband. There is some gentleman, I said, the next time you have something that sparks up, please get out of the house. Don't wait. Because, and to you women who fight men, one day, oyoga igola bango musiru, asolo kuvila mu punch. Nebakuzaye bushe. So please. That is the truth, because this is a reality. One thing I have loved about marriage, and I always tell the people I work with, I want us to draw examples of marriage from the reality point of view, from the things around us.
That's right.
Knowing that there are women who actually fight men is another blow over me. So please, when it comes to that extent, sometimes our argument is hot, and you cannot stay. You know what you mean? Kusamba. You know you're 8 months pregnant and you still sustain a fight, a verbal fight. Something wrong might come out of it. Just And it is very good for us to be understanding. When somebody moves away,
Yeah.
when you're amid such a fight, verbal fights are bad. They are terrible. They kill your esteem. They destroy you internally. You're like, I didn't know I was a foolish man. Oh, so if you realize you're not about to be murdered, you're like, but later on, because usually when people walk away, they come back in a few hours' time. Let us, I think, learn the grounds of marriage. Marriage is not a secondary school. Marriage is not a primary school. When somebody goes away, they are automatically coming back. This is his home. This is your home. You're going to come back together and you talk through. So create the ground
That's right.
for effective communication and resolutions.
Well, thank you so much, Madam
welcome.
Pisintege, for your time.
You're welcome.
And definitely I will have you another time. There's something you talked about that got me thinking. Well, you said this week you were teaching people about kisses, romance and all of that. We'll definitely have some
Some
time.
people don't kiss.
They do not.
Yes.
Reasons known or unknown?
Known to themselves for different reasons. Some people, like today, in the write-up today, I mentioned about brushing your teeth. Yeah, some people don't brush their teeth and make such to kiss such a person. I personally wouldn't.
We will get more of those details the next time I have Mrs. Pisintege right here about all of that. But thank you so much, guys, for watching the Takeoff today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day that the Lord has given to us. And from the whole Takeoff crew, the camera people, everyone in the control room, we want to wish you a lovely day. God bless you and make his face shine upon you.
The Takeoff.